Steady now.
Yager, the first title from the German-based studio of the same name, had something of a troubled journey to release. Announced as part of Microsoft's initial wave of Xbox exclusives and expected to launch in late 2002, the flight combat game would suffer multiple delays before finally surfacing in 2003 for Europe. It was delayed even further in North America, releasing in 2004 and perhaps consequently suffering a disappointing commercial reception. This is a shame, as Yager Development's first effort proves pretty sturdy, if not outstanding, and those with a keen interest in aerial action might find a lot to like.
Despite everything, here I was back on Proteus Islands and back in the job market. Nothing much had changed. They still looked a cool place to be if you had money.
Set in a future where country borders are gone and control is instead held by mega corporations, players take the role of Magnus Tide, who attempts to resuscitate his career after a huge mission failure prior. Proteus finds use for him despite his failings, and Tide tries to rebuild his reputation, as well as his relationship with love interest Sarah.
5 years training down the tubes, back to where I started in one easy move, thanks to the one and only Magnus, trust me I know what I'm doing, Tide.
But a much more sinister plot involving the scheming of other corporations and pirates soon becomes the prime focus. Yager boasts a large cast of characters, and while some prove a little grating, they're generally likeable.
You think things are going to get worse?
Things usually do before they get better.
Tide in particular has a cheesy charisma, reminiscent of 80s action films. Whether it's his witty one-liners, cringe-inducing attempts at romance, or his over-the-top narration prior to some missions, he's an engaging enough lead. Across 22 missions, Yager typically sees you piloting Tide's pride and joy, the Sagittarius spacecraft. Flying feels good, with a spacious camera letting you take in your surroundings, and tight controls that make navigation, shooting, and aerial tricks a breeze.
Oh, we're gonna get you!
2 speed modes let players swap between dogfight chases and slower precision shots, and the transition feels incredibly smooth. A range of weaponry can be acquired outside of an infinite laser blast, such as rockets and silent sniper rifle, and a handy lock-on system makes using these satisfying. Elsewhere, you can repair Tide's ships with stations by landing on them, and they are marked on your map if your health becomes low. It proves an accessible flight shooter, easy to grasp even before you finish the tutorial, but to say that Yager is an easy game would be inaccurate. Enemies are often plentiful, objectives see you having to defend for a while, and spacious maps offer multiple objectives which can be easily missed. While each mission has you attempting primary objectives, hidden tasks encourage a bit more exploration, such as giving aid to a nearby downed craft.
Hey, Tide, you figure you could use a sniper gun? I've never been good at sniping, I haven't got the patience.
They can often give bonus ammo and other advantages, such as downing power to nearby turrets. At the end of each mission, you are awarded stars depending on your accuracy, damage taken, and completion of aforementioned bonus objectives. And certain stars reward bonuses such as an interactive display of friendly and enemy ships, but it takes a high level of skill to earn these.
But the next time we meet, it will be my greatest pleasure to blow you out of the sky.
The open design of this game is clever at points, with many hidden objectives to find across large maps that bring useful bonuses, and with so many missions available, Yager is indeed quite content rich. Unfortunately, it's not an entirely consistent experience.
Please enjoy your flying and remember, don't drink and fly.
I'd drink if I had to listen to you every day.
Difficulty spikes are common in the later stages, as aggressively speedy jets become harder to take down, and time-sensitive objectives test your speed as well as skill. This would be fine, but a couple of design choices turn frustration into anger. Sparse checkpointing sees a lot of time lost if you go down or fail an objective, which proves grueling. Worse, you are limited to just 3 lives per mission. Lose all 3, and you're thrown back to the main menu and forced to start the entire mission again. It proves troublesome early on, and a nightmare by the late game. Lastly, on a few occasions, Tide swaps the cockpit for the seat of a turret, as you're forced to man stationary guns. These levels, sadly, feel overly long and tedious, like the climactic finish of a typical mission, stretched to the length of a full one. There's a handful of these in the game, and truth be told, none of them feel as fun as the flying missions.
Oh, I'm bored. Can I go on now?
Small targets coming in fast.
Yager is also a bit lacking visually. It's not what you'd call ugly, with decent texture work, smooth performance, and large levels which suffer few draw distance issues. However, perhaps because of the latter, the environments feel a bit lackluster and bland. The colours feel a touch drab, there's little outside of a few flying ships nearby, and weak explosions and environmental destruction feel underwhelming.
Will not be tolerated. You have been warned.
The audio side is better, with bombastic music swelling appropriately when the player moves between exploration and combat. The voice work, filled with cheesy accents and eager delivery, matches the campy storytelling.
Hello, warrior Tide. Do you hear? You protect front, I take side right.
Ship blasts, firepower, and explosions all sound the part, even if they don't quite look it. For a first effort from a new developer, Yager proved rather capable, though it does suffer some of the growing pains of a debut outing. Flight combat feels good, thanks to tight controls and accessible mechanics, and open mission design can prove incredibly rewarding. However, difficulty balance issues, weak turret missions, and a slightly bland presentation take away some of the shine. Ultimately, less patient players will likely tap out on this one around the midpoint of the game. However, aficionados of flight combat games might want to check this one out. It may have flown under the radar at the time, but it's worth tracking down.
Mayday. This is Freighter Captain Gary Barrett on emergency channel. I'm under attack. Need urgent assistance. Repeat, I'm under attack. Someone get out here quick.